Inside Stranger Things, there is something for everyone. It contains the emotional side for the faint of heart, the sci-fi aspect for the space geeks, enough action for the battle freaks, enough fantasy for the Dungeon and Dragon peeps, and loads of wholesome household fun for the family-oriented. Easter eggs are abundant, and the behind-the-scenes facts offer some compliments that only make the hit Netflix TV series more impactful. But recently, a Stranger Things big fan proves to be the #1 fan by pointing out a disturbing hole in the plot of Season 4. Here's the scoop that everyone missed, plus some bonus backstage trivia, so stay tuned in and stick around as the juicy details are revealed. Stranger Things Season 4 has returned, finally free of the global pandemic that postponed so much of production, but progress has made a comeback. Season 4 has already attached 7 episodes to the streaming service Netflix, and it's been reported that Episode 8 will be a 2-hour-long revelation. Since most have probably already seen the newly released episodes of Season 4, a spoiler alert isn't necessary. They will come abundantly in order to fully divulge the big hole in Season 4's plot. Even Mille Bobby Brown, who plays 11 and Finn Wolfhard as Mike, didn't put 2 and 2 together in order to find this hole. It was hidden in plain sight yet overlooked by everyone, including the creators and directors, the Duffer Brothers. But here's the reveal. No more of the suspense, it all became evident when Will Byers, played by Noah Schnapp, was writing third wheel to his best friend Mike Wheeler, played by Finn Wolfhard, and 11. It took place in Episode 2, titled Vecna's Curse. Joyce Byers, played by Winona Ryder, is on the verge of connecting dots to unravel the location of Hopper, and you'd better believe she intends to raise the funds and engage in a plan of action for his freedom, and she's willing to do this by any means necessary. Meanwhile, Mike is able to reunite with 11 and Will during spring break. While Will still misses the old days of the dynamic duo that he used to have with Mike, 11 intends to show Mike that she's perfect in her new city and school with no troubles. The truth is quite the opposite, however. 11 has been flat out lying to her boyfriend Mike for weeks by pretending she befriended the school popular queen and bully Angela and her entourage. Instead, the group devised a brutal scheme to humiliate 11 at the Rinkomania in front of hundreds of people. It was during this scene where fans were able to notice that the video camera's timestamp reads March 22nd, 1986. Which coincidentally is also Will's birthday as established by his mom Joyce in Season 2. So it would explain why he's upset with Mike and 11 because no one seems to acknowledge his special day. But did anyone know that it was his special day? On TikTok, one huge fan posted clips of this scene with Joyce. It shows her saying, "Do you know what March 22nd is? It's your birthday." Then it cuts to moments of a sad Will at the roller rink. They forgot about his birthday. "Happy 15th birthday, Will," reads the TikTok caption. Stranger Things fans had a mix of emotions. Fortunately, they posted their thoughts. One big fan feeling sympathetic wrote, "I'm gonna cry. I didn't even realize this. Better have a surprise birthday party or something," at another. And another fan reiterated what most of us don't want to acknowledge by saying, "Honestly, I think the writers forgot." Well, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? Only some time. And time revealed that there is truth to that fan theory. During an interview with Variety, brothers Ross and Matt Duffer admitted that they did make a mistake. The honest response is, clearly like the characters in the show, we also forgot about Will's birthday. So the debate now is whether we adjust Will's birthday or we just let it be really sad. Ross went on to inform Variety that in his defense, the oversight likely happened because he wrote that date 6 years ago. He went on to say it was obviously a mistake and we're sorry. We apologize to the fans and especially to Will. It's unfair. Are you one of the fans that caught that hole in the plot? Comment down below. So now let's get down to business with some Easter eggs and surprising facts about Stranger Things that will enhance your binge watching experience. Let's start off with some remarkable production notes. In Season 4, there are 3 main locations of the setting: a maximum security prison in Russia next to a small town, a cozy coastal town in California, and of course the town that started it all, Hawkins. To bring the locations to the screen, the cast and crew filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Lithuania. Yes, the expenses were high, and yet no expense was spared. Each episode had an estimated budget of around $30 million. And the prison that was used as a backdrop where Hopper is seen being tortured and confined is actually a real prison that is real life centuries old and ceased operations in 2019. The players and costumes. When it comes to the hideousness of the Upside Down, Vecna dominates Season 4 with a deeper, darker demeanor than the Mind Flayer of Season 2 and 3. Producer and director Shawn Levy described Vecna as a villain unlike any before. Only 5 CGI shots were used for Vecna, so the visuals you're seeing on the screen were created with talented makeup artists and hours of prosthetic appliance. The Duffers also detailed that Vecna was created with about 90% practical effects with the help of makeup artist Barry Gower. That called for a 7 to 9 hour process for primary prosthetics and makeup. In an interview with IGN, the Duffer Brothers clarified the methods of their madness, saying that they wanted to use practical effects for Vecna instead of computer-generated graphics because they wanted their actors to have something tangible to interact with on set. And his efforts didn't go without success, as when talking about the prosthetics and the fearful look, Jamie Campbell Bower, aka Vecna, recalled, "I am pacing around often beforehand, saying some pretty vile things under my breath about whoever's in front of me, and just vile things in general pretty much up until action, when I've got to say the actual lines." The poor actor playing Chrissy, Grace Van Dien, she was terrified. Sadie Sink's really tough. She's a tough person, so she was kind of alright. But Mille Bobby Brown cried. The first time that Millie saw me, she burst into tears. It was in the rehearsal, and she literally just burst into tears. Producer Levy commented, "It needed to be more than a creature, more than an evil cloud of particulate. It needed to be a humanoid villain with more depth, more dimension, and far more evil. That is what Vecna is." Jamie Campbell Bower, who plays as Henry Creel or One, who later becomes Vecna, said that he actually went into his audition for the show knowing nothing about the character that he was asked to portray. In an interview, he recalled, "They sent me 2 sets of sides. Originally, one was from Primal Fear and the other one was from Hellraiser. Then for the recall, they sent me some dummy sides from the show, at which point there was a little bit more information about the character, but not loads." Another horror enthusiast in Season 4 is Robert Englund. Now, you might not recognize him without his bald head and burned skin, but he's actually the legendary actor who plays the terrifying Freddy Krueger. In Season 4, he portrays the loony Victor Creel. In a surprise cameo, Dacre Montgomery, who plays as Billy, made his return after dying in Season 3. The Red Ranger of the Power Rangers movie posted a behind-the-scenes photo on the gram noting that he was able to film scenes in his hometown of Perth, Australia, and get direction from producer Shawn Levy via Zoom. As for some amazing brands to bring back the 80s, the comic relief newcomer to the cast, Argyle, played by Eduardo Franco, had his authentic look courtesy of Quicksilver to fully portray that California-inspired look. Next, Vans and Converse chipped in and created custom-made shoes for most of the notable Stranger Things characters, and the 80s fashion staple scrunchies also contributed custom-made accessories to put the cherry on top of that iconic 80s look. And of course, to maintain that 80s nostalgia, iconic tracks from Kiss, Talking Heads, and Musical Youth were used throughout the season. The soundtrack must be up to par, and without a doubt, it was. Almost 4 decades later, Kate Bush's 1980 single Running Up That Hill quickly topped the iTunes music charts after becoming Max's soundtrack of choice. Remember, Max is the newest female addition to the Hawkins kids, and she's portrayed by the lovely redheaded Sadie Sink. For more glaze on this 80s pie, Priya Ferguson, who plays Erica Sinclair, continued to thrill the audiences as she joins the Hellfire Club and goes by the alias Lady Applejack. Now, the inspiration for this name is none other than My Little Pony, which is a nod to Season 3 interaction between Dustin and Erica, where Dustin shows Erica how she truly is a nerd. A lot went into the TV series, and there is more details to be revealed this summer as more episodes are released and the creators, cast, and crew give more interviews. So stay tuned in and leave your comments down below.